always more grace to cover it. Like wherever there's hurt and there's pain and there's things going wrong, there's so much more grace going right. And whenever I feel in a despondent kind of low place, I always remind myself that if this is a dark time, that means there's even more light that I can attach my hope and my faith to and apply it to this. Hey Fivers, welcome back to another episode of 5 Years to 40, the podcast and community where millennials are talking, thinking, and taking tremendous steps so they can have a fascinating and fabulous future. Guys, it's been a little minute or 2 or 3 since I've been on chatting with you. I am so thankful for those of you who followed up, who asked about, where's another episode and just checked in on me, and I hope that you all are doing wonderful. These are strange COVIDious. I heard the lady who hosts Grenada, Good Morning Grenada, calling it that way, COVIDious times. I like that. Mad props to you, Blossom. What nice word. In these COVIDious times, a lot of things are changing and a lot of things are uncertain, but we're here. Well, at least we're not changing the fact that we are here and we care for each other and we're continuing to thrive and grow in whatever ways that we can. All right. So during the time though, what I also recognize is that I would have grown, a few subscribers would have joined. So welcome to the folds of 5 Years to 40. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. This channel is dedicated to millennials who may have noticed that there are things that they may not have achieved and that they're willing to work to achieve, or millennials who would have achieved certain things and want a safe space to be celebrated. I was lucky to be able to on 2 talk shows while in my absence, one of which was Sister Talk with influencer Terry Ann Charles. She has the daily talk show Sister Talk. So Terry Ann, big up yourself. Thank you for having me on again. And I was talking on insecurity, and I left some of the snippets from it in the chat on the channel. You should see a few snippets, and on IG Live. So if you're following me on IG, be sure to check out the TV series on insecurity that I use clip-ins from the interview with Terry Ann. And be sure to follow Terry Ann as well. I'll leave her description at the end of this. Yeah, so it was on insecurity, and in that interview I was able to kind of walk through how 5 Years to 40, the podcast and the community and the channel, was born from a sense of basically insecurity. I was recognizing I'm getting older. There are things that I would like to do. There are things I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to do. And I started to have a little bit of panic, mid-30, and, where's my life going story? And then I realized, first of all, I'm sure I'm not the only person feeling this way. And secondly, it's okay to be where I am. So I'm going to celebrate everything that I have, all the persons I have. I'll celebrate all the strides I made in areas of my life. And I will also be willing to do the work towards getting to where I desire to be. So that was the beginning of 5 Years to 40. So if you're new to the channel, because I have seen a few new subscribers, thank you for joining. That's what this 5 Years to 40 journey is all about. We keep our conversations around 4 main topics. We talk about health, we talk about finances, we talk about careers, and we talk about relationships. And going forward, you'll be seeing a lot of episodes that some are specific, and some of the topics that we get into can usually blanket these pillar topics. But thank you for joining, and keep tuned, and we're going to be doing amazing things. And I am so inspired by the people who are following. And actually, during this break that I was off on, I was able to absorb a lot of material from other people. So I followed a whole set of new YouTubers, and I connected with people that I never even spoke with or seen before. I joined some amazing groups on Facebook, and I'm so inspired. There's so many people doing amazing things in the world. So many men and women dedicated to helping other people. It's like if the world is alert in a certain way. It's just like people are more aware, based on what I've been observing, more aware of things, more aware of themselves, and just more willing to share the things that they know about themselves and about the world with other people. And it's so beautiful because that's how we grow. That's how we thrive, when we're able to help other people and help ourselves. Personally believe it. So it's really, really beautiful to see this happening, especially when you contrast it with all the other things that are happening, like people being sick and families losing family members and children being outside of their normal routines. When you think about quote unquote chaos that's happening, and you contrast it next to people who are being deliberately aware, being intentional about what they're saying and what they're seeing and what they're sharing in the world, it's really, really encouraging. And it reminds me of something I read in the Bible, one of my favorite parts of it, that says, and I may not be able to quote it directly, but it basically says, wherever sin abounds, grace abounds more. Basically, wherever there is trouble, there's always more grace to cover it. Like wherever there's hurt and there's pain and there's things going wrong, there's so much more grace going right. And whenever I feel in a despondent kind of low place, I always remind myself that if this is a dark time, that means there's even more light that I can attach my hope and my faith to and apply it to the situation. So I'm inviting you, as we all continue on this journey of 5 years to 40 and towards just a fascinating, like forget about the age, as we all continue into a fascinating life, just remember that wherever you're going through, there's always an abounding, just so much more hope. And if you just turn your eye towards it, you'll be able to see all the beautiful things that's going on around in the midst of whatever other drudgery. Just remember that there is a lot of beautiful things happening. Thank you for being with us on this journey, and keep doing the most.